Good evening. Not by the force of a mighty army, not by the strength of 1,000 men, but by the Spirit of the living Lord. He will lead me on. When Moses led the children to the promised land, oh, Pharaoh, he knew that he had to take a stand. He found those slaves with their backs against the sea. And as the seas were parting, we all believed, not by the force of a mighty army, not by the strength of 1,000 men, but by the Spirit of the living Lord. He will lead me on. When Rosa didn't take her seat on the back of the bus, she only did what's right for all of us. The march was on for freedom and equality, and as the smoke was clearing, we all believed, not by the force of a mighty army, not by the strength of 1,000 men, but by the Spirit of the living Lord. He will lead me on. Well, you know, there's a long, long road before us, and the winds of change forever blow. God is calling us to service, and all He asks is that we believe, not by the force of a mighty army, not by the strength of 1,000 men, but by the Spirit of the living Lord. Oh, He will lead me on, not by the force of a mighty army, not by the strength of 1,000 men, but by the Spirit of the living Lord. Oh, He will lead me on. Welcome to Concert for the Kids. I really wish you all were here, but certainly understand the quarantine situation, and I'm so happy that you're able to join via Facebook Live or live streaming, or even later when it gets onto YouTube. It's a good evening. We're trying to raise some money for foster kids. It's called the Royal Family Kids Camp, and there's a sign over here that live streaming folks will be able to see it, but the Facebook folks won't be until later on. We'll do a little bigger plug for that. Got some old songs for you this evening, got some new songs, some favorites, some songs you might hate. But here's one of my old favorites. There's a little country church way down in the holler, with a cool stream running by and by. It's there that I was baptized, there that I met Jesus on a warm summer sunny Sunday morning. I was raised in that little country church, Mom and Daddy by my side. I was saved in that little country church, and it'll always be my home till I die. At a Sunday school picnic in the fall of '65, well, a pretty little stranger caught my eye. And a few years later, in our little country church, we were walking down the aisle to say I do. And as the years rolled by us, our friends all moved away, but we stayed on to tend the family farm. We laughed at the good times and we struggled through the bad, with a faith that wouldn't bend and never fail. 'Cause I was raised in that little country church, Mom and Daddy by my side. I was saved in that little country church, it'll always be my home till I die. When my life is over and it's time to meet my Maker, well, I'll pray that I done all I had to do. I also pray He'll lead me where I can rest forever, forever by my little country church. 'Cause I was raised in that little country church, Mom and Daddy by my side. I was saved in that little country church, and it'll always be my home till I die. We're coming to you tonight from the First United Methodist Church in Belvidere, Illinois. So I probably could have done this from my little office, but this felt more like a concert to me. And so I'm happy that I'm able to be here. And I think the guys up in the booth, Bruce Poulter's running the sound up there, and Greg Simross is live streaming it for me. So thank you guys for coming out and making this all happen. This is a tune that was written for this particular church. While you can't see, around our church are symbols of a lighthouse. And the lighthouse has got wonderful meanings to it. But it's not the lighthouse itself. It is the light that comes from the lighthouse that we want to pay close attention to. And I love that symbol. So I wrote a song for the church. There's a lighthouse high upon a hill, standing strong, strong against the night. It will guide her through the peril if she'll trust and follow the light. Follow the light of the Master. Follow the light of His Word. Follow the light everlasting. Follow the light of the Lord. And Jesus walked upon the water on a stormy sea of Galilee. Peter, come to me. You can walk on the sea if you'll trust and follow my light. I'm a ship sailing on rough water. Wind and waves have driven me astray. Jesus, come to me. Help my eyes to see. Help me trust and follow your light. Follow the light of the Master. Follow the light of His Word. Follow the light everlasting. Follow the light of the Lord. Follow the light of the Master. Follow the light of His Word. Follow the light everlasting. Follow the light of the Lord. There are a few folks here, three, other than Bruce and Greg, who snuck in, and thanks for coming, you guys. It's nice to see a face rather than just look at a camera, because, you know, camera adds 10 pounds, so well, we got like 8 cameras on here tonight, right? So, hey, I got a message today from a friend of mine in Chester, England. Lottie, how are you, girl? And Lottie was one of the first people to help me with the motions for this song. Lottie was, well, young. Yeah, very young. And she's grown into being a beautiful woman. So, Lottie, I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning in England right now, so I know you're not watching, but you'll watch it on the YouTube. And when you do, I want you to do the motions, okay? Come on and follow me. Come on and follow, I will take you to the promised land. Come on and follow me. Come on and follow to the valley of the Lion and Lamb, where the fishermen were tired, their nets were all stowed away. He said, I'll make you fishers of men, I can show you a better way. there's a better way. Come on and follow me. Come on and follow, I will take you to the promised land. Come on and follow me, follow me. Come on and follow to the valley of the lion and lamb. When he had finished preaching, the crowds had all gone away. He said to those remaining, I can show you a better way. There's a better way. Come on and follow me, follow me. Come on and follow, I will take you to the promised land. Come on and follow me, follow me. Come on and follow to the valley of the lion and lamb. So if your day has turned to darkness, your dreams have all gone away, Jesus stands beside you. He will show you a better way. There's a better way. Come on and follow me. Come on and follow, I will take you to the promised land. Come on and follow me. Come on and follow to the valley of the lion and lamb. Come on and follow me. Come on and follow, I will take you to the promised land. Come on and follow me. Come on and follow to the valley of the lion and lamb. I'm gonna take you to the promised land, to the valley of the lion and lamb. This is a song that tells a story, and it's kind of a creepy story, and but it's kind of a good story, and it's not based on a personal experience, but I know folks who have had that experience. On a stormy night when I was 7, my father passed away, went to meet his maker. Loved my daddy so, couldn't bear to let him go. But I knew someday we'd be together. It was another stormy night some years later, driving down a road I'd never been on. The car began to swerve, I headed for the curb. That's the last thing I remember. There are angels in this world. There are spirits you can't see. There are angels walking right beside you. There are spirits watching over you. When I awoke, I looked around me. The nurse said, "Boy, you were lucky. If your dad had not been near, you never made it here." There'd been a tragic end to this story. She said he never said his name, didn't leave a number, and he slipped away before I knew. But I saw him standing near, I heard him whisper in your ear, I love you, son, I'm always here. There are angels in this world. There are spirits you can't see. There are angels walking right beside you. There are spirits watching over you. You know, I never said a word, I never told the story. How my dad had long been gone, came back to save me. There are angels in this world, spirits you can't see, and there's an angel watching over me. I'm going to do this tune, and then my wife Sue is going to come up and tell you all about Royal Family and why you should be digging on your phone and making a sizable contribution. And Greg will show the sign over here and everything like that. But this song here, this is a fairly new song, and it's got a story, especially for this church. We had a former pastor here named Jim Cronin. And Jim would like to preach from way down on the floor. And I was here one Sunday, and I say that not out of, because I travel around from church to church, so I'm not at my home church very often, frankly. But I was here one Sunday, and Jim was preaching, and I apologize, Jim, I was kind of fading in and out. I'd focus for a minute, and then my mind would wander. But I heard him giving a sermon illustration, and he was talking about a tombstone. And the discussion was, what's the most important thing on the tombstone? Is it your name? Is it the time you were born? Is it the time of your death? Is it the inscriptions? What is the most important? And Jim said, it's the dash. Except I heard him say, it's the dance. Which I thought was very, very poetic. And then I focused in more, and I was, frankly, Jim, I was a little surprised, or a little disappointed when you said it's the dash, because I really like that it's the dance. Anyway, my mishearing of what you had to say stuck with me, and here's a song that was inspired by my friend Jim Cronin. From the moment of your birth to the time that you pass, there's the dance. Can't sit this one out, now it's your chance, there's the dance. God's present of love was given for you. Let yourself go, you've got nothing to lose, it's your chance. There's the dance. There's no hesitating, the dance floor is waiting, there's the dance. No matter a swing, a reel, a jig, there's the dance. God's present of love is meant for you. Join his ballet, you've got nothing to lose, it's your chance. There's a dance. singing with others, it's your chance. There's the dance. It's good to be with you, share a few steps, there's the dance. There are stories to tell and lessons to learn, there's the dance. God's present of love is special for you. You can dance by yourself, but it's better together, it's our chance. There's a dance. You can dance, let the rhythm take you away. You can dance to the music each of us play. In our heart, take a step, then another, till you find yourself waltzing, singing with others, it's your chance. There's a dance. Gift of your birth to the moment you pass, there's the dance. There's the dance. Thank you. I'd like to invite my wife Sue up. Nancy, welcome. Nancy Ramos just walked in. She's in charge of this whole Royal Family Kids Camp, and thank you for all the work you do. And Sue's now going to have you digging deep into your wallet.
I said I feel like the intermission on PBS. It's just when you get to a song you really like, and then they say, we're going to take a short break. So I'll be quick, and then you can go back to listening to John Denver or Dan Holmes or whoever. Anyway, thank you all that are here and that are out there. I've been on Facebook Live trying to respond to all the folks that are popping on, and I've issued a little challenge. I said share the Facebook Live link, and when we get up to 50 viewers, I'll give another $50. And I would be happy to do that, and I would be happy for any of you out there who'd like to give $50. Costs $250 to send a kid to camp for a week, and our goal tonight is to get 4 kids to camp. Let's talk about the kids that we send to camp, that we take to camp. Dan and I were involved together for 4 years, and then they went further away, where I would have had to sleep in an unair-conditioned cabin overnight, and so I declined to continue to participate. But Dan continued, and he's up because he's a better camper. My idea of roughing it is a Holiday Inn without a pool. So I have not participated in the last couple of years, but I'll tell you, I have tried really hard to participate in the fundraising portion and helping to promote the Royal Family Kids Camp. It has been such a privilege to be associated with this group of people who are so selfless and so willing to give of their time for children that they don't know until they meet them at this building on the morning that they all load up into a bus and go off to camp for a week. The children that we take to camp are foster kids from Boone and Winnebago counties. They are foster children for a variety of reasons. We all know all those reasons. Parents with substance abuse problems, parents with mental health issues, parents who simply can't afford to care for their children anymore, parents who frankly are not good people. They are taken into foster homes, and more often than not, they're separated from their siblings, and they're in homes temporarily. And they move from home to home. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, being 7, 8, 9 years old, and having someone come into the room where you're staying and say, grab all your stuff, you're moving to a different foster home. I can't imagine that kind of fear, that kind of instability that these kids live with every day. They often pack up everything they own into a black garbage bag. That's what they have for luggage. There was a huge drive, 1 or 2 years ago, to get suitcases, so at least these kids had something decent to put their stuff in and go from place to place rather than drag it in a black garbage bag. Imagine that, having to take all your stuff in a black garbage bag and move to another home. And you're 7, you're 8. Royal Family celebrates every child, no matter what the child's issues are, no matter whether the child is afraid. Some of the children act out because they're afraid. Some of the children act out because they're unsure of how not to act out in order to get attention. Some of the children are very shy and reserved. Some, like this person, for no reason in particular, and are afraid of this person. The very first year we went, Carly, our daughter, was supposed to go with me and ended up having a summer job and wasn't able to go, so Dan went, but he wore her name tag. And he's a big, kind of a, big guy, but a lot of the little girls just thought he was cute because his name was Carly. And so they liked him, and then of course he gets out the guitar and he's Mr. Fun Guy. So the children all have issues. They all have fears, they all have problems, and they come to this group of adults who accept them unconditionally and take them away for a week where they do things that they may never ever get the chance to do again or may never have had the chance to do before. They go fishing. There's camp grandparents. Some of these children don't know their grandparents. Some of these children have been raised partially by their grandparents. We have camp grandparents whose job it is just to be fun with the kids. They go fishing, they go swimming, they hike, they do crafts, they study the Bible, which is the biggest part. Because if nothing else, when they walk away from Royal Family Kids Camp after a week, they know, despite all the questionable issues in their life, despite everything that's not right, the one true thing that they know is that Jesus loves them and the people that were there with them love them and are willing to go the extra mile to take care of them. It is a remarkable event. The last day, all the children celebrate a birthday because there's a chance that many of them have never had a birthday party. So they celebrate each child's birthday. Each child gets a cake. Each child gets the song sung to them individually. Whether there's 12 kids, 25 kids, it doesn't make any difference. You sing it that many times because it's possible that they never had it before and they'll never have it again. This group of people are so committed that the least I can do is give them my money and my support and prayer. So I'm asking you now, and the website is it's a bit.ly website that I shrunk down specifically for tonight. It's bit.ly/R, capital R, capital F, capital D, Dan, capital H, Holmes. Give until it hurts. Do like Jerry Lewis used to say. Give until it hurts. I know everybody's in a precarious position right now. It's a tough time. But 50 cents, $5, $500, every penny helps these kids. I appreciate your time, and I won't send you anything like PBS will, but thank you. And please remember, it's all about the kids. And with that, I will welcome back my one true love of my life, Mr. Dan Holmes.
Sue failed to tell you that we've already sponsored one kid. So, we are the children, forgotten and lost. We need your love, no matter the cost. This is not our dream, not our destiny. Our new tomorrow, need your help today. So take my hand, hold it like you'll never let go. Walk with me, and I'll walk with you wherever you go. God has brought us together, believe if you can. Journey's easier when you take my hand. And God has promised, if you keep His word, that He would walk beside you faithfully. So take my hand and hold it like you'll never let go. Walk with me, and I'll walk with you wherever you go. God has brought us together, believe if you can. The journey's easier when you take my hand. Can you believe it? I know you can. The good Lord gives to us again and again and again and again. So take my hand and hold it like you'll never let go. Walk with me, and I'll walk with you wherever you go. God has brought us together, believe if you can. The journey is easier when you take my hand. The journey is easier when you take my hand. I'd like to debut a brand new song for you. Never been played in public before. Well, don't get that excited about it. When I was growing up, I loved the story of David and Goliath, because I thought it was like Gunsmoke, or shoot 'em up. I never pictured that it was taking place in biblical times. I thought it was like taking place in the Old West. Ching, ching, I'm calling you out, little guy. So here's my take on the David and Goliath story. Goliath was a Philistine. He was awful big, awful mean, most would say awful ugly too. And he ruled the land with an iron fist. I think you all have got the gist. Life for the little guy was pretty bad. So folks, they prayed and prayed and prayed, not be afraid that God would set them free. And they were hoping that God was listening in. He would do for them what Moses did. God sent a shepherd boy, Davy the Kid. When he rode into town, there arose such a clatter. People sprang to their feet to see what was the matter. Yeah, I stole that line, but there's more. 'Cause things, they went from bad to worse. Old Goliath, he started to curse. I'll kill any man crosses me. Well, Davy said, I'm calling you out. You think you're bad, I got no doubt. Let's meet at high noon. We'll find out. Folks said, man, you gotta be nuts. Old Goliath, he's gonna kick your butt. But David went right on like he never heard. Well, high noon came and the streets were all filled with people who were sure that he'd be killed. That God was going to look the other way. Goliath, he threw a punch or two, and Davy knew just what to do. He threw a rock at that big baboon, and he hit Goliath right in the eye. The giant fell to the ground and started to cry. Man, that really hurt. I give up, Uncle. Well, folks, they cheered what the shepherd boy did. The legend grew of Davy the Kid. And soon the boy became a king. And he ruled with kindness and respect. Davy said that's what God expects. So give your praise to him, not to me. Well, that's the story of Davy the Kid and the wonderful thing God and Davy did. They slew the giant and set the folks free. Now, if you've listened to these words, you know that there's a lesson to be learned. Greatest gifts are often small. God keeps his eyes on us all. So give your praise to God on high. Here you go, partner. When I was putting this set list together, I started putting this together a few weeks ago, and it was before any of the riots. And I didn't know the impact that this song might have on me and hopefully on people that hear this tune. Because it certainly wasn't written necessarily for the events that are going on right now, but it certainly applies. We are one under his name, no matter our color, no matter our shame, no matter how different, we're all the same. We're a rainbow of faith, hope, and love under the sun. We are one. You gave me food, you gave me shelter, you gave me comfort from the storm. You raised me up, taught me to see what you did for my brother, you did for me. Under the sun, we are one, and we are one under his name. No matter our color, no matter our shame, no matter how different, we're all the same. We're a rainbow of faith, hope, and love under the sun. We are one. Red or yellow, brown or white, there ain't no color in his sight. So share his love, share his peace. Let us all come together on our knees under the sun. We are one. Well, our differences in distance help create a wall, but the loving arms of Jesus are open to all. Under the sun, we are one. We are one under his name. No matter our color, no matter our shame, no matter how different, we're still the same. We're a rainbow of faith, hope, and love under the sun. We are one under the sun. We are one. Well, here's one, you don't have to really participate, but you can if you want. As soon as I find a pick, here it is. I've never really done this song in front of nobody before. Not that you folks are nobody. I don't mean that. but usually there's a lot of, it'll play. You do it in your own home. Say amen, say amen, again and again and again, amen. Say amen, let God's children stand. Say amen. All right. Well, Moses came down the mountain. He's carried the tablets of 10. Like a burning bush, God can change it now, just like He changed it then. Oh, say amen. Say amen. Again and again and again. Amen. Say amen. Say amen. And let God's children stand. Say amen. And Jesus, He preached from the mountain. He's telling us what we should do. I throw away your old ways and welcome the new. There's change coming down for you. And if you're singing at home, hum along. He came from the mountain. He said, I have a dream that all God's children should live as one. A dream that we can believe. I'll say amen. Say amen. Again and again and again. Amen. Say amen. Say amen. Let God's children stand. Say amen. Well, change comes down the mountain. It's still time for us to prepare. So reach out your hand, love your neighbor, 'cause change is in the air. Oh, say amen. Say amen. Again and again and again. Amen. Say amen. Let God's children stand. Woo! Say amen. Say amen. Again and again and again. Amen. Say amen. Say amen. Let God's children stand. Woo! Say amen. Well, just a couple more, and then you can get back to whatever you were doing. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending some of your Sunday evening, or whenever you catch this on YouTube. Please, please, please give. It is a wonderful cause. Every year, about December or January, I go, yeah, I'm just not going to do the Royal Family. I'm not. And then it gets closer and closer and closer, and I go, yeah, I'm going to do it. You know, it's something about those kids and giving to those kids. And I don't have the biggest part. I provide a 45-minute, they call it Breakfast Club, where I sing some songs and tell some stories. We read from the Bible a little bit. I have a little, very, very tiny piece of the puzzle. But when we put the puzzle all together, it's a beautiful picture. So, do your part. Do what you can. And when you do, you'll be doing something that matters. When the morning breaks around you, calling, ready to light your way, will you take the steps to help a stranger, just as the Savior helped you along your way. Love is just another word till you give it away. Don't turn your back, don't look away. There's so much for us to do. As the evening shadows fall around you, the close of another day, may the good Lord bless and keep you, and may you along your way do something that matters. Let's do one more. Let's do one together. The first time this song was sung was in Liverpool, England, St. James Church. They think it's their song. And it's not really, sorry. But since it's been done back here in the States, we've used this song for weddings, concerts, worship, funerals. It's a wonderful blessing to go out and send you with. May the sun shine upon you. May its warmth light your way. And may God stand beside you as you walk down your road of faith. May you shine through the darkness, be a guide, light the way in all you do and all you say. As you walk down your road of faith, shine on, shine on, shine on and on and on and on and on. Shine on, shine on, as you walk down your road of faith. May his gentle breeze cool your face. May you find comfort in his grace. May your soul be at peace as you walk down your road of faith. Shine on, shine on, shine on and on and on and on and on. as you walk down your road of faith. Thank you so much for being part of this evening. Thanks again to Bruce Poulter and Greg Simross for making the tech side happen on the live stream. Give some money to the Royal Family Kids. I think Sue's going to say one more word.
The ever popular mea culpa. This is incorrect. It's bit.ly with no .com / RF Dan Holmes. Sorry, everybody. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. Give until it hurts. And just a quick shout out, happy birthday to my brother Dave. Shine on, folks.
Again, thank you so much. God bless you all. Till our paths cross again. Shine on.